Hello.
How the heck are you? Oh, we already got Vince Rants. Let's party.
Hey. No, you right in the faces. Whoa. Whoa. Vince is up here just getting aggressive.
No, right in the faces.
Whoa. I mean, I know Vince has some choice words about some things that have been going on this week. Mostly today.
Yeah, I got some hot Overwatch news, oddly enough. So we'll talk about that for a little bit. But hey, Maniacs, before we get into any of the topics or introductions, I want to thank everybody for being here. We are Saltier Podcast. We are the video game podcast. Our argument is
invalid.
Thank you. I believe we are still brought to you by Voodoo Ranger IPA. I'll just keep. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, no, we got an email we got to respond to. So yes.
Ooh, nice. Hashtag live dangerously. They are still B Corp certified. They are still employee owned and still lovely juice. Fun fact: Indian Pale Ale was named as such as British alcohol rations during the sailings of, back in the day. Everything was stored in barrels. When they would use light lagers, they could sail locally, Scotland, England. Hey, Hot Rica girl, what's up? Sail locally on shorter trips, come back, and the beer would last. If they tried to sail somewhere far that had English colonies, like India, it would spoil. So they had to raise up the proof of the beer to make the pale ale last the trip to India. Therefore, an Indian Pale Ale. And now, look at Driftwood Jones sneaking into this podcast.
Hell
Unwelcome.
Yeah, congrats. Oh,
check. Yo. Check them out. They are at all the things on Instagram and Twitter, and they're great. And they love gamers, and we love them. Bless. Hashtag bless. I am Lucky Bandit, aka Loud and Brown on Instagram and Twitter. I am Gross Steph with a PH on PlayStation and Steam. This is the Salt Tier Podcast. We are at Salt_Tier_Pod, Instagram and Twitter. We're Salt Tier Podcast on Twitch, YouTube, Christian Mingle, Facebook. Ooh, I don't know what we are on Steam.
Salt Tier Podcast, all one word, I believe.
Okay, cool. And more importantly, look what we have over here. We got. I'm trying to point to you. We got birthday girl Sage. Happy belated. You made it. You can drink now.
Yes. Oh, everything I've been waiting for. Drinking.
Balloons.
No balloons. I forgot to buy myself flowers twice. Actually, this time I was gonna do it yesterday when I was walking past Pike Place, but I forgot to actually go to Pike Place.
You just I went
into Sephora for my my free item, and then I got distracted, and instead of turning the direction towards Pike Place, I just kept walking the other directions towards home. But I helped some tourists who were getting ignored by other people who needed a photo taken.
Hey, is there a spade in the house too? Look at all that.
Hello.
Wait, Azuria Spades uses Pikachu emojis? Never.
They are subbed to my channel, which is at Sagebell on Twitch, and you can also find me on Twitter at Sagebell as well, and then Sagebell_model on Instagram and TikTok, even though I'm not active. Soon, also Sagebell on Patreon if you want to support me that way.
Maybe a late birthday present if you've got.
I got Amazon wish list. I got a Throne wish list, which is a sponsor through like a Twitch thing or something. It's like a not quite a sponsor, but sort of. And so I got all that jazz. If you feel like sharing the love there, or just you can donate directly. There's also a donation on my Sagebell Twitch as well. But yeah, so I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. This week I think we're gonna do Tuesday, Wednesday, and then at 1 p.m. Pacific, go to Viking_Blonde, and we're going to be he is a local Seattle streamer as well. And it's a sponsored stream. So we're playing a game from a company that has basically gifted it to us, and I think he's also getting paid for it, but we aren't. But so we will be playing a early release game called the Anna Crucis. It's pretty cool. You're like your people on a spaceship. It's like 70s. You're shooting aliens. And there's no PvP, it's always PvE, and there's no scoring system, so you can't be competitive in a sense, if that makes sense. So it's just getting through the levels. Sorry, I was reading a message about tourists asked me to take pics too.
Yeah, and all I can think of was retired. Yeah, he's never
Hashtag retired. Yeah, the man who bought new camera gear after SakuraCon.
So many people came out of retirement. So many.
Lockdown changed people. We need to get we need to get our creative outlets back out. He was editing some of mine and Chu's Umbreon and Sylveon photos, and we were adorable.
Wonderful. Shout out, Chu.
Yeah, Aikachu. He will probably not be on today, but he is my Borderlands stream night. So he's the headless voice from beyond that you hear on Borderlands night.
Oh, geez. Vince Rants brought a brand new camera the day after con. For the record, Sagebro is always adorable. True story. Thank you, London with a Y. You had a ticker.
I guess
ticker's pretty good.
I guess we can get into our first topics. I did not realize you were already London was here
already
and ready to go.
Back in action. Well,
I
first
had all
off,
my tabs open and ready to go.
First off, I didn't play any games this week because I'm a bad gamer. But as I always do, I consumed a lot of gamer media that we will get through on my topics. But I was definitely had a lot of conversations with games, and I introduced a bunch of friends to Guilty Gear that like heavy metal and used to like Street Fighter. And I told them, I got a game for you.
Hell yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
But no games for me this week. But maybe tonight I might be meeting up with Tommy Blanca and we might play some Guilty Gear. How about you?
I think I just played Pokemon, Borderlands, and PUBG, but I might have played something else. Oh, I played Back 4 Blood.
Oh.
Yeah, I played some more Back 4 Blood. So they released new levels. They're like levels you can go into and get special loot. So like you go into these tunnels and you can get rare loot, like guns and stuff.
And yes, Switch Sports absolutely counts as games. Of course it does. That's so creepy. Does he have access to our topics?
I mean, he technically does if he wanted to look closely.
Yeah, he does have the link. Sneaky. Or he's just psychic.
Okay. So I cannot confirm or deny whether our first topic here, I cannot confirm or deny whether or not it's fully true. I saw this on a tweet chain. Oh,
go ahead.
Comes away.
Share. It's gonna open a window.
It is oddly stuffy in here. But what it is a lawsuit passed in Italy to make it so that gaming equipment, PCs, monitors, consoles, have to be legally restricted in the same way slot machines are.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was created by a slot room entrepreneur in Italy because he thought esports bars were unfair competition.
That's super interesting. But damn, that would mean they would have to standardize consoles to all. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess they could all get something attached via USB.
But I mean, think about like graphics cards and like 4K monitors and stuff. Like slot machines don't have that. Oh, there is a sport. It's just all in Italian, so that's why I couldn't find
Just
it.
speak Italian, Sage. God.
It just says something is the sale of esports illegal. That's the best I got for you.
That's pretty rough. That's hard to say because, I mean, cell phones are probably next. Anytime someone makes the argument against esports as a source of income while betting on them or not, I always think of fantasy football. And like that has so many of the same variables. And if those aren't being limited, and there's fantasy like soccer. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. We've talked about it in length before. This seems oppressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's an old dude who doesn't understand how things work, essentially.
Yes, Sergio, take a hike. Yeah, chess did explode in the pandemic. Thank you, Anya Taylor-Joy. Yes, I realize that was written by other people and directed, but let's be honest. If that beautiful woman wasn't part of that show, I don't think as many people would care. She played it great. Great actor. Cool series. Watch The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. Salted Podcast brought to you by Netflix. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Boomer Sergio. Jesus. But that is interesting. We'll see if anything happens from that. I mean, crazier things have happened, right? They got rid of loot boxes in entire countries.
Oh yeah. Italy, I think, is one of those countries as well.
Yeah, they're also, I believe, still struggling as a state. Maybe I don't know. They should make Ferrari a national property and then. Oh, was it the same guy? I don't know. We got to go send one of our reporters, London, go find out. This is probably too much coffee for 8 p.m.
For Sergio?
Yeah.
And the other thing? Oh, that would be.
That'd be interesting. That wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, most of these comments are in Italian, so I can't backtrack for you there.
Spaghetti burrito. I got it.
How do you feel about Square Enix?
Oh, moving on.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got nothing more to say about Sergio right now.
Yeah, moving on to bar 6. Y'all, we're moving on to topic on line 6, London with a Y. Tomb Raider is sold, baby. And we do have a link there that I put on there for you. And, well, it wasn't just Tomb Raider, right? It was Tomb Raider and what other properties?
It was they basically sold off all of their Western game studios. All of them. So all of the Toronto studios.
All the Western properties. Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and Thief.
Yeah.
Deus Ex has a pretty good fan base, right? Like, people love that game.
Embracer Group bought them.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
Oh, no, just that I heard the last movie was pretty cool. I figured that'd be a valuable IP.
Let's see. What does Embracer Group own? That did not help. This was a background. I clicked on the wrong thing. Embracer Group. So they are, who actually knows?
Embracer owns everything like Borderlands. Oh, okay.
No. What? Oh. They're a Nordic Games Group. So Embracer's out of Sweden.
Hot topic right now, with the Northman movie and gigantic shirtless men screaming. Rah! Rah!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm bad at Google Foo.
Foo, can you Google for us?
Doggo, be better.
Anyway, yeah, this sounds fun. Oh yeah. Already includes the the likes of Gearbox and THQ. Wow.
What?
Well, then you should be very interested in this.
Speaking of Gearbox, there's no clips anywhere on the internet, but during a convention over the weekend, Borderlands movie clip came out, and I can't find it. So there's no reason for me to tell you about it, but I'm going to be salty about it.
What if a Deus Ex or Tomb Raider tie-in happens, oh my god.
No, they finished filming that last year. So it's just been like in production.
Reshoots. Come on, Kevin Hart. Reshoots. Kevin Hart's what? 19, 23 years old?
Oh yeah, just like everyone else who was cast in that movie.
Yeah, don't get me started with that. I saw someone throw Monster Hunter under the bus, not understanding the feel of the game.
Understanding the feel?
So, for example, hardcore Monster Hunter people, it's so much more lighthearted than all the edgelordy, Bloodborns but the movie is just like, oh, monsters, they're terrifying. We're running to survive. And it kind of that's why I like Capcom so much. Like, I think the only game they take really seriously is Resident Evil. And even then, remember, Resident Evil 2, you could replay the game as a block of tofu. So, like, they take it seriously, but, like, kind of. They've always been a little more lighthearted of a company, and I love them for that. Thank you, London with a Y. I am hopeful for this buyout. I think Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and Gearbox are the styles of games. I feel like they could pair well together. Square Enix owning those properties always felt a little weird to me because Square Enix, all I think of is, oh,
no, this is a teaser. I doubt there's any actual clip. I guarantee you. These are just the promo photos they already released.
Yeah, it just talks about a minute of footage was shown, which unfortunately has not been released to the public. Womp womp. It's okay, London, you tried, and trying means that you failed.
Wow.
We love you anyway, but you're not getting class credits this quarter.
Did you know that there's also a lawsuit going against Square Enix?
Oh no, what did they do?
So they fired the director of Balin World 6 months before the game launched.
That's rough.
So he's suing them.
Valid.
And, yeah. It sounds like it was a small team and there was like a lot of like going on kind of thing. Because he was trying to push for original music. And they were trying to use a YouTuber's music instead of like their own original score kind of thing. And then I have forgotten what the other thing was. Oh, he wanted the game developer, so RZest, to like they're having a disagreement over quality of the game. And he's been unable to talk to any of the fans or anything for like the last year because the lawsuit, so you have to be quiet until it's cleared.
Sure.
And so he's like apologizing because the game is basically trash and unfinished, is what he says. And so he's like sad because he couldn't communicate with his fan base about it.
Wow, that sounds similar to something I'm going to talk about later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later, about unfinished game getting muscled out by a corporation.
Oh. I don't have much more on that topic. I just had that as a hot topic because I needed a filler.
Yeah, so Square Enix, we'll see. It seems like this company, it's obviously not as big as Activision Blizzard or EA, but they're bigger than any of the indie companies, and they're having identity crisis. They have some of the most precious IPs in the video game world. Last week we talked about an $1,100 statue. $1,100, $11,000.
Both are expensive. I'm not going to pay $1,000 or $11,000 for a statue.
It was.
I'm not even going to pay $500.
Oh, please.
I was looking at figures, just like general anime figures. I'm like, you guys pay $300 for anime figures? Damn! I paid $20 for like a set of minis that all have like lewd posing, but they're all
Oh,
in there.
goodness gracious. It was 11,000.
Ooh, why?
That's a lot of statue. So all
It's
they need to
basically
do is
cryptocurrency.
they just need to sell 100 of those. They're back in the money, baby.
Yeah,
They're all
right,
good.
right? It's basically an IRL NFT.
Yeah, it is. It's called physical tangible objects, you morons. Jesus.
At that price.
I really hope these NFTs go away. I really do. Okay. That said, ooh, Microsoft Activision shareholders buy in.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of hot topics, ooh, look at the order of these topics. They flow so well to each other.
Spicy.
Ooh, wasn't me.
Was it spicy?
Okay, if you wanna take the reins on this, this is row 10, London with a Y.
Yeah. So
Microsoft Activision King.
King. You forgot the Blizzard.
Oh, Microsoft Activision Blizzard King.
Yeah.
King.
King.
God, I love you, Vince. I miss you. You know, I haven't seen him in so long. If he walked up to me and was just like yoked out like Alexander Skarsgård, it wouldn't even surprise me at this point because I haven't seen him in like a year.
Oh yes, because you didn't go to SakuraCon.
I didn't go. Well, I met up with Savannah and Vic for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see Vic.
Activision news flurry shareholder vote.
So yeah, 98% of the shareholders voted yes for the buyout, for the bid from Microsoft.
Oh, that's right. It's not like 100% done.
Mm-hmm,
It was just the price was agreed.
Yeah, it's the quote second biggest hurdle remaining in their plan. So I guess there's only one more big hurdle.
Some say he still romps around the photographer corner. Last is FTC.
You know, I don't
What's
think there
FTC?
is a photographer corner anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
I walked by there multiple times and there was like maybe once photographers and I was like, eh.
Vic, what the heck is a Vince? What's the heck is a Federal Trade Commission has to prove the acquisition. Oh, that is a hurdle. I thought we just had to like have someone deport Kotick somewhere so you can't touch these games anymore and make everything terrible. Oof, that was and then I'll talk about more about that in a little bit. But yeah, I hope this goes through. I think Microsoft will make good use of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why everybody's hating on Halo Infinite. It's buggy, but it's fun.
I mean, what games aren't horribly buggy these days?
Guilty Gear is a perfect game. Don't you dare call it buggy. Perfect game.
PUBG just crashes randomly for most people. We'll be playing as a group. Huh?
Isn't that game technically still a beta?
I don't think so. It's been out for years. It's now free to play. You used to have to buy it.
Oh, you do have to buy it.
Okay. No, it used to be. I think it's free to play now. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll be playing, and on average, at least one person in a 4-stack our 4-stack, at least one person will crash 3 times in a match.
Frick.
Yeah.
Sounds like a perfect game. 0 bugs.
Yeah, perfect game.
It's a perfect game, man. You know, well, a lot of fighting games are only 1v1.
Yeah,
with a lobby, easier. So it's a different situation. Should be easy, but yeah, connection and input lag is so much more of a big deal because of how fighting games are. So
yeah,
I don't know how things happen on the back end and why that's so difficult, and why you could basically play Halo 3 on Wi-Fi pretty much no problem, and you could get the bulk of the game. You know. I'm confused. Someone explain the math.
I can't.
Explain the math.
Just because I have a science major doesn't mean I know that.
Explain it now. So,
fuck you.
Activision Blizzard King, soon to have a new daddy. They got a new game that they may or may not be pushing out called Overwatch 2.
Oh, I
And
thought you were going to talk about the mobile game.
oh yeah, well, was there more information on the mobile game?
Oh, the newest one? It's the Warcraft is coming to mobile.
Yeah. The one that they teased like 3-4 years ago.
Apparently tomorrow we'll know more, so we can talk about that one next week. But you can
That's
talk about
exciting.
Overwatch. Yes.
Well, hopefully tomorrow we'll get some goddamn facts. I mean, Jesus. Sheezy crazy.
Sheesh.
So we'll see. We do all have phones. That is very true. It would be almost more exciting if they optimize this for something like the Steam Deck, right? Like, hey. It can work on a phone, but it'll work brilliantly. Oh, look who it is. What's up, Talk Solid? Good to hear from you. Oh, it's the old headmaster from the Tri-Wizard drinking tournament pub crawls.
Ah.
Yeah, what's up, headmaster? No one can even buy a Steam Deck. That is very, very true.
But also, Steam games, Steam Deck, Blizzard, not Steam.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Talk Solid, your thoughts. Activision Blizzard. Could this all be good? Could this be a terrible thing? Chime in while I rant. Vince rant about Overwatch 2.
I do have a side rant about Overwatch 2 in addition. So I don't know what you're going to say.
Whoa, quarter 3 gang. You're getting yours eventually. Okay.
You know how you could have signed up for the beta?
How?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could have signed up for the Overwatch 2 beta.
Oh, I was aware. Yeah. I'm still, but yeah.
So I signed up for the beta, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then as the beta comes out, you could just watch people playing for the beta code on Twitch. And like, is it the second game that's done this? So you can get the beta code faster by watching on Twitch than you can by being on the subscription, like the email list.
Wow.
It's so stupid. Why sign up if you can just watch Twitch and get it that way? That's my annoyance.
I'll be honest. I am 100%. Yeah. Patch 1.1. Exactly. Hot Riku Girl. We're about to talk about that because Donkey is God. Hold on. Yeah. Thanks, Donkey. So if you want to click that link there, London with a Y, I guess we're talking about it. Let's hop over to row 12 Donkey Dunks on Overwatch 2. It's a video. And this is a known like YouTuber that has been mostly positive in his praise for Overwatch. He likes the game. He likes the community. He's defended it quite often. And he threw this game under the bus. He called it exactly Overwatch 1.1. They took away some of the things that made it charming. Kind of, a lot of hardcore gamers have been clowning on them that they can't figure out balancing. Oh, no, wrong. Yeah, he clicked other things. There you go. So other games like this will use a ban or a draft method to, get rid of the character balances that can't be patched the week of a game, and it would have gotten rid of so many more of these problems early on. Maniacs, if you're not aware of what I'm talking about, in competitive Overwatch, about 2 years ago, there was a character named Brigitte that broke the game. People had a pretty good idea of how the game worked. People liked watching it. People liked playing it. And a character was introduced that made the character's synergy work in a way that if you didn't do this thing, you were going to get steamrolled. And it was called Goats. And Goats ran for a year or more. And anybody that's into competitive team games knows that that's absurd that didn't get balanced out in a shorter time than that. And instead of doing a draft or a banning system like MOBAs do, they decided to do a role lock where
Yeah, no, I hated that.
Yeah, do you wanna address how that affected? Because you were there from the jump. I joined like 2017 Overwatch. I was late in the game, so
Role lock is basically there's 3 types of like character sections. So you have like your tank, your DPS, your damage per second, and your healers or your support. Your support, not always healers, but they are healers. And you can only have, if you're on a team of 6, 2 of each category. So, like the only way to counter in a situation is to change within whatever role category you're selected in. So if you have selected tank, but the tank you're using isn't working, you have to switch to a different tank instead of switching to like DPS to help or a different healer. Like you can't swap with a teammate because a lot of times if I was playing with my friends and we were struggling, we would maybe stay the same characters, but we would swap who was playing it. And so, like, let's say I was playing Farah, and someone else was Moira, and then we swapped and did like, I switched to Mercy, and they switched to like laser beams, or
Six Torb.
yeah, just or all of us just go into Torbs, but that would like both situations. So we would just be stuck in the role area instead of being able to be any character. And we used to be able to have every character all at once or all one character at a time.
But while I do agree to the idea of them switching to no mirrors, no like 4 Bastions and 2 Orissas, or
Yeah.
however you want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of role lock, because something that's really fun in the game, say you're about to turn on a point, you get an entire like team kill, and you have 10 seconds to get back to the point, but you're stuck on tank.
Yeah.
And I guess now you could get there fastest with Hammond, but you understand what
Yeah.
I mean. Like, say maybe the other tank was Hammond, and the next fastest character you can possibly pick is like
Diva.
Winston or Diva. And even then, like, are you gonna make it to the other side of the map? Like, no, you can't. Whereas earlier, when stuff like that would happen, people would swap to a Lucio or a Tracer and die on the point
Yep.
just to give the rest of your team time,
and
then switch back to the role that they wanted. And
I've suicided on the point many a time.
yeah, or if you're struggling, or you needed the opposite, if you just need to hold out for another 30 seconds and some of your DPS dies, and you go 4 tanks, 2 healers, and just stand on the point. That was kind of fun, being like, the other team rolls up and go, hey, everybody, we're not taking that point. Like, what happened is like, it's 4 tanks and 2 healers. Like, we are not in the right comp. And I love the diversity of that. A lot of that just had to do with good team communication and being able to have a team that you could rely on. And, that was tough, and you can't force that. And the role lock kind of did force that. I think the banning and draft would have been better. I really do. And when you sign up for a game, there could be a pattern for you to, get bonus points for choosing a role that is the last slot to be picked. And it turns out, apparently, that this game is going to do less with team comp synergy, and you're going to be able to do more things solo. At least that's what your Overwatch said. But Donkey said it's 1.1. Super lame having 1 tank. And thank you, London with a Y. And the reason why I didn't join a beta is I'm going to wait to see what the pros do with it. Because especially a game like this, I treat it like, I like competitive games. I didn't really get a handle on Street Fighter V till I saw the first big tournament. And same with Guilty Gear. Like, how does this matchup work? Oh, here are people that put way more hours into it. Yeah. Yeah, and yes, power creep and problems to like balance things and making more and more characters. But it's been done. League and Dota have like 100 playable characters.
Tog also said TF2 was going to be played by roaches after the nukes dropped because the roster never changed.
And this is the difference between Smash Ultimate and Smash Melee, and what is the more balanced game.
Yeah.
And there's good arguments for either of them, because the meta, if you could believe it, has actually changed in Melee over time. People learn new tech all the time. The introduction of not Slippy. Is it Slippy? I think it's Slippy. Being able to play Melee through an emulator online during quarantine brought access to Smash Brothers to way more people
Mm-hmm.
that, were previously only playing in their living rooms because there's no way for them to connect their computer to their GameCube and then stream. And
Yeah.
it's so the meta has changed a lot in the last 2 years. It's kind of crazy. And when you don't give a meta time to sit and for people to learn, like Smash Ultimate, who knows what would have happened if you waited a little longer with a 40-person roster. People might have found really cool tech, but that's the conversation people are having right now. You know, at the moment, it is hype when people drop characters and trailers, and people do get excited about stuff. Neversoft basically made an industry on that. Yeah, that exactly right. Talk solid, and when you do like, NeverRealm is like, we have horror movie villains, and people are like, okay, there's Freddy and all these characters fighting against Mortal Kombat characters. This is, I guess, people asked for this because people played it, but it kind of had that same gotcha salesperson. Hey, you played this game for 3 months. Yeah. Oh yes, and Marvel vs. Capcom needed ages to evolve. People didn't really get that game until at least 2005. That thing dropped in 2001. Yeah, give some games a little more time. But also some games need fixing soon. Like that first version of Street Fighter 4 was busted. It was Sagat to win. Oh, you didn't pick Sagat? If you didn't pick Boxer, then you're dead. So
GG.
all of it's interesting. The hours that the professional teams put in is more than I think anybody could really, really think of. Even streamers, they don't always stream with similarly talented people. Like that's the whole point of an esports team. It's like they get all this talent in one room with coaching. And Tiger Jungle Gym, yeah, baby. Tiger Jungle Gym will never die. So I'm excited. Go Glads. I mean, it's going to be a fun thing to watch. It might be a train wreck. That first week of all online Overwatch League was super awkward. They had the newscasters with really bad webcams trying to make it all happen, and they didn't really figure out the system for a couple months. So I'm hopeful. And if it does suck, then it's all the more reason for me to find another shooter. And maybe I'll start playing Counter-Strike finally and be bad at that. What about you, Sageville? Are you going to play the Overwatch 2? And are you going to stream it? Like, is that something that you want to dedicate some time to?
I mean, do people really watch if you play Overwatch? Do they really watch if you're not playing competitively?
Yes, there are some streamers that people just think are funny, or they get like an ex-pro just body a room with a Twink account or something, and it is kind of funny. It's really mean. Hey,
Yeah.
I started a new account. Ding, 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 ding. You're like, well, this looks like some people just started this game today, man. Jeez.
I
What's
mean,
what's hopeful is, and Vince Rance knows about this. There are two women, one's that main support, like one of the best mercies in the world, and I forget the other woman, but there are two women that look like there's a lot of talk about them joining the league.
mm,
So we will see.
I know there's a streamer that I Cupcake primarily streams when she streams Overwatch, she's streaming only comp.
Yeah,
And then she
it
switches
is.
over to Valorant.
It is more fun for me to play comp because when I go into quick play, some people are trying out new characters.
Mhm.
Nobody's on chat. You know, there's less of a prerogative because you're not going to lose anything. When you play comp, same thing with you can play Street Fighter casual, but what if you go on a winning streak and you didn't get any points to put yourselves in a higher bracket? It's like
I mean, that's fair.
waste. Yeah, and I do with Overwatch. Will play a new character on
Mhm.
quick play. Like when Batiste came out, I went, a Haitian and his stage is at a rum distillery. I have no idea how this guy works. And so I played on quick play for a couple days, and then I threw myself into comp. And some people only like playing quick play. I like comp. I feel like I also am a silver,
Mm.
barely gold. I've only made gold twice ever, but I'm like a high silver player. So it's people just competent enough to know how all the roles work. They understand, certain terminology. They know what Diva is one means. Sometimes when you're in a bronze match, you're like, Diva's one. It's like, Diva's one what? I'm like, God damn it, kill the Diva! Please!
I actually will go into the arcade mode because you get all the extra loot boxes, and I go through arcade mode until I get all those.
And that's way more fun.
Then I
Exactly what
do
Talk
play.
Solid said, but I won't go into quick play for comedy fights. I will 100% go into arcade mode with, unlimited. What's the one where everybody's cooldowns are cut in half?
Oh man.
And I'm just
I-
Anna sleeping everybody in the stage.
I'm weird, and I really just like to play on random.
Yeah, it's fun. Random is also fun, but those
I
are
like
all
you
on
either
arcade.
get steamrolled or you like come back, and it's really funny in that sense because you're just like, oh,
Yeah,
well, that was a joke.
That's what Zach, aka uh, Taco Bell Bazooka, is his gamer tag. He told me to get really used to the game. Is like, you don't have to play all the characters. You should play random for a month, Derek. And I go, yeah. He's like, don't even try to play comp yet. Play random for a month. It'll at least give you an idea of all of the abilities of the characters. And he was totally right.
Yep.
Oh my god, we talked about Overwatch so long.
If I don't play the game for a while, playing random really helps remind me what I'm actually good at.
Yeah, I am very interested in playing Sojourn. That character looks amazing. It's a lot of fun.
If you can do Soldier correctly, it's a
Oh.
pain in the ass as someone who is always countered by Soldier.
Oh, Sojourn.
Oh, what's Sojourn?
The new character for Overwatch 2. She is Canadian,
Oh,
DPS, white
okay.
dreads, bio legs, new heroes, exactly.
Mm.
If I'm allowed to say this, she looks a little tough, if you know what I mean. Maybe a little on the butchy side, kind of in a really cool way. But the character looks freaking
like her and
awesome.
Zarya are friends? No.
Definitely her and Tracer are friends.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And oh no. Sorry, Talk Solid. It's the vibes. They go clubbing with Soldier. Let's just say that. They probably go to the same nightclubs. So, check it out. Tell me what you think about it. We obviously got a great chat going on here. Vince Rants, last thing for Overwatch 2. What do you think about Mei not being able to freeze anymore? Because that was part of her kit.
Freeze heal or freeze people?
Freeze people.
Oh.
They took it away. She could just slow people down. No more freeze.
What?
Right?
While
that was
we
part
wait
of her
for
original kit, right?
Yeah. While we wait for a response on that, because we were talking about Shrug, I don't freeze much anymore anyways.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well Vince is okay. But because we were talking about possibly queer identifying characters, it is not a topic written down, it's a quick topic. So everyone knows to play the game Dead by Daylight. And they finally, quote, announced their official queer character, which I find hilarious because he has the exact same name as a guy I went to school with who is gay. So David King is the official gay character in Dead by Daylight, and David King is a very gay kid that I went to school with who was not out because I went to a Christian school until he was like in college. But my mom knew he was gay from like 6th grade. She was like, "That kid's
Kids,
gay," and I was like, "No, he's not."
otherwise known as, knew he was gay from the jump.
Yeah. So yes, David King also has many shirtless options in the game for skins. So I think that's hilarious. It's the mostly shirtless character. I like to yell at other people when they're shirtless. Davis, I'm like, put on a shirt.
Put on a shirt. Well, that's interesting. Does the character look at all like your friend?
No, my friend is a my build, our build. So like dark hair, dark eyes, tall and skinny. And then David King in Dead by Daylight's like buff. He's like Dorito.
Oh, Dorito. That
Yeah,
Chris Evans body.
yeah, more Dorito, less noodle.
Noodles. Welcome to the
Hi.
Noodle Podcast. We are brought to you by Maruchan and Barilla.
Yes,
El
today I am
dente.
spaghetti.
Wow. How funny would it be if this was like one of those podcasts that got crazy reach and we just started getting emails by Barilla? Can you eat spaghetti on your podcast? So the new Halo patch. That's so
Is
stupid.
this an ASMR stream with spaghetti noodles?
Okay, quick break before we close this out because we only got 2 topics left. We are still brought to you by, I guess we'll just use this as sort of an outro because we're almost done. Still brought to you by Voodoo Ranger IPA. Do you have any with you? Not today. Me neither.
I'm pointing at
I'm
you.
drinking
You
out of my
have it
shaker
behind you.
tins.
You have it
So-
behind you, though. There you go.
Voodoo Ranger IPA, that is employee owned, B Corp certified, India Pale Ales. They got 2 factories in America. They're freaking great. Check them out. A lot of different sizes. You can get the double, get something a little fruity. You can get something. Oh, geez. What was the one that you probably gear toward out of all of them the most? Like, more pleasant to drink?
Ooh.
Because you and me are mostly cider people, but they do make great beers.
The common one that they have that's you can get year round is, I believe, the juicy IPA, the Juicifer.
Yeah, the Juicifer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one is easy to drink for those who don't like beers without getting but don't always get an upset stomach. The one I have is Agent 99. I don't know if that is still in season. I have not seen any Voodoo Ranger at my local grocery store, so I can't tell you what's in season. My QFC does not have any.
Oh, goodness gracious. Gotta fix that. Gotta fix that.
But they have 2-Town cider
Hey,
in tallboy
big
cans.
fan. Big fan. 2-Town cider. Calls. So, moving on. Oh, also, geez, I forgot this at the beginning of the video. That beautiful video you saw at the beginning, and you'll see at the end that is Flay at Flay
Music.
Artist on Twitter. Yeah, the music, not the video, just the music. Yeah, check out the account, and if there is music to buy it, support, yada yada yada. Moving on. Yeah, we got 3 more topics. This is gonna be fun. So, esports in on a whole, we were talking about Smash earlier. We're talking about Blizzard. Really took it by the reins with Overwatch and everything. But Nintendo and esports always had a weird history. But they've been making a lot of news on Action Esports. I can't tell if this is a buyout. I can't imagine it is, but Mario Tennis has got this whole world that built of a really cohesive, competitive scene. Have you played this, any of you, out on chat or Sagebell?
No, but I would totally try to play it because Switch controllers, and you have to like.
Yeah, I think as with a lot of competitive Mario games, most of the competitive scene plays this on GameCube controllers because of the technical aspect that it kind of does.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it is rock, paper, scissors. A lot of it has to do with, they call it a fighting game because a lot of it is footsies and meter management. And, you know, Action Esports kind of dives into it about your racket health and you can score points by destroying the other person's racket, even though they landed more actual points on you.
You can destroy rackets?
Yes. So look at the meter system. That's why they're saying this is in between a sports game and a fighting game, because you have like a health bar. Yeah, it's super. This video, check it out. Like and subscribe to Action Esports, doing a lot of great stories. Yeah, look at that. See? And they finally took Mario and Luigi out of overalls and boots and gave them, like Wimbledon,
Practical clothes?
shorts and polos and visors, and they look great. But, they kind of talk about strikers and baseball, how it's mostly a sports game, but tennis is like a fighting game. Yeah, look how great he looks. Yes, it's way more involved in the Game Boy tennis game and way more involved in the SNES Mario tennis game, which is the one I played. It's wild. Yeah, you're dating yourself. I got years on you, buddy. I was there. I was there 100%. And I remember when the first Mario Strikers came out, I thought it was a cool concept. And yeah, I know. Dating yourself. Oh my God, I love these two so much. Never not be our friends. So if we could click that next link there, London with a Y. In addition to this scene, we also have the Mario Strikers scene, which is coming out of nowhere and got a lot of love. And people are saying competitively it's more exciting to watch and has more strategy than the FIFA esports scene, which people had to kind of figure out because it is masked in a Mario game. Have you seen this game, Sage Bell? Maybe. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at how this. Look at all these sports games. Yeah, Strikers, baby, for the Wii. Have you checked it out?
No.
Oh, well, soccer. It's fine. They kind of implement like power moves, and it's like a cross between FIFA and anybody that's played Final Fantasy X. It's like playing Blitzball.
You can also play as Waluigi in this. Important news for everybody.
Important news. Look at that. Boom. It's so much fun. It's such a fun game. Well, I had a buddy when I lived in LA. I think we had the GameCube one, and we would play this when I was winning too much at Smash, because I'm really good at Smash, guys. So when I was winning too much at Smash, they pull out this game, and it's the great equalizer. It's chaos. It's such a freaking freak of a game, and we learned about it and sucked at it. And yeah, and keeps. That said, it's looking like people are discovering how much work that gets put into these fighting games. I mean, sorry, these sports games by Nintendo. And it doesn't look like they're shutting it down as much as Smash Brothers did. They also aren't bringing in those kind of numbers. So, I don't know. Is this something that, Sageville, you would ever be interested in? I mean, you like some fighting games. Is there a cross? Like, do you want to try the tennis one?
I mean, I'd try any of. I'll play really anything, honestly. If it's in front of me, I'll play it. I just usually don't buy a lot of games because, like, these games require, more multiplayer aspect, and if you don't have people to play with, it's kind of like, well, why get them?
Yeah, why the hell did I even bother? I think it's fun. Everything can't just be shooters and fighters. Because there's a game that we play at my house, Tango Station, that is called
Tricky Towers.
Yeah, Tricky Towers and Lethal League are great games that you can pick up and play, and they're so weird, and they're 2 buttons, and NES World Cup based on yeah, exactly, Talk Solid. Yeah, exactly. So I'm all for it. Because I don't know, I don't want to play NBA Live or Madden. Like, those don't seem interesting to me. I was an NFL Blitz kind of a person. I want a hyper insane version. And yeah, that'll be that. Oh yeah, NBA Jam. See that? Exactly that. I love the midway sports games. NFL Blitz and NBA Jam. 1,000%. And you're going to be closing it out, I believe. We're going to be talking about Skull and Bones with Ubisoft.
Ooh, yeah. So this is a quote leaked footage video. I can run it because I already have it preloaded.
Okay.
So London, let me do the honors for you here.
Drum roll. Hey, look at that.
Oh, damn.
Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones. I haven't even heard of this game, so you're going to have to explain what's going on here.
So Skull and Bones is a pirate game.
Hey,
by Ubisoft, Singapore studio. So player's journey as an underdog whose goal is to become the most infamous pirate to sail the seas.
So it's One Piece.
Yeah. You start off with a small trading vessel, and as you progress, your infamy will rise. You can craft bigger and stronger ships. So kind of like a crafting game where you level up as you continue through.
Can you just play as a bard and do shanties the whole time?
I don't know about that. That's Sea of Thieves.
Oh, can you do that in Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, you can just pull out an instrument and do shanties as the rest of your team does everything else.
Damn, I need to play more games. I got to stop playing fighters all the time. It just eats up all my time.
I think Sea of Thieves is free. No, it's not. I feel like it's free, but it's not free. It feels like a free-to-play game because of some of the people. So I'm thinking, because it is a multiplayer game, its release date's going to be March 31st. So I think this is going to be a Sea of Thieves competitor. But comes out in a little under a year.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So closing statements. Pirate games. Do you care? Are you going to play this one? Have you dressed up like a pirate?
I have dressed up like a pirate. I actually dressed up like a pirate on Dress Up Like a Pirate Day and went to
September
a strip club
19th?
with one of my friends. Yeah, maybe. It was during Rose City Comic Con, I think. And my friend had never been to a strip club. And so, we're in Portland. When in Portland, dress as a pirate, go to a strip club.
Was it Sassies or Silverados?
Neither. It was Devil's Point.
Devil's Point, baby.
I want to say it's in Powell. It's on the east side.
I knew someone that worked at Devil's Point.
I know someone who works at like 4 different strip clubs, but not that one. It's a small location, if I'm getting it correct.
This podcast is sponsored by Strip Clubs of Portland.
Where you can actually drink alcohol, unlike Washington. When you're
support your local dancers. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, exciting. And if you, I almost feel like now you got to do one of the podcasts in a pirate costume, but maybe on Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Okay, well, we got time. Get a pirate hat.
And then make sure you watch Cutthroat Island with Gina Davis to get some extra inspiration. Or Keira Knightley as a boy pirate. That's also very inspiring.
Did you say September 19th?
Yeah, was it?
It's a Monday this year. So podcast day.
Oh, snap. Okay. Let's do this, baby. Okay. And what's your stream schedule like? How can everybody follow you? How much do you... What do you want for your birthday this year? We got some friends in the chat that might just slide into your Patreon or your wish list.
Hi, me, Sage Bell. You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter at Sage Bell. I don't know what's happening. We're looking at strippers, single moms. One of my exes is a single mom stripper. I will be live around 6 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, probably 7 p.m. on Wednesday, and then I will not be live, but you can go to Viking_blonde with an E at the end on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and we will be playing. What did I already say the game was? The Anacrusis. It is an early access game, and it is developer sponsored game. So
Cool.
he is sponsored to play this game, and we get to make fun content for his stream.
Yay!
My wish list is randomly available on all the things. You can see my Throne wish list through my Twitch account. If you go to my Patreon, which is also at SageBell, I have I think it's a public post, or it's at least a patron post. Should be public. That has the list on there as well. Hi. I am currently trying to get more backgrounds so I can do more content in home. My dog is asking for pets. Rosie, don't eat the food.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Rosie. So looking for that to get a little bit more costumes as well for content purposes such as videos and photos. Yes. If I make enough just side money, I will rent a hotel that's like fancy hotel in the area, like was it like not the Queen Anne, but it's in Queen Anne, and then there's also
The Marqueen.
The Marqueen or the Sorrento. Yeah, those ones are nice looking hotel rooms for like
old vintage hotels. They're beautiful.
Yeah, for nice lingerie photos like that, Rosie. You're a good girl. You can also follow me on Twitter if you'd like. I post a lot on there and really nowhere else. But I do have Instagram and TikTok at sagebell_model.
Yay! All right, thank you, Rosie and Sage. And I have been. Was that it? Was that everything?
Yes, I'm just making dog sounds at this point.
I have been Lucky Bandit. Also at Louderbound on Instagram and Twitter. I am Gross Death with a PH on Steam and PlayStation. Closing statements about pirates. I love pirates. It's kind of funny that I'm Black and Filipino, and Africans and Filipinos are directly related to the pirate culture of the world, and privateers and the sugar trade and hijacking, and it's like I was born to do it. And yes, I am watching One Piece. Yes, I'm more than 100 episodes in. I love the original Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. I work at a bar that is in a sunken pirate ship. Technically, I love the movie The Goonies. All about it. I think the idea of pirates and everything is great. I should probably play this game.
I love that. Was it the third Pirates movie where Keira Knightley's a pirate king?
So great.
Oh, I love that one.
And then you get to see Keith Richards. That was great.
Plus, didn't know actual diversity in that particular movie.
Especially since they're like, you know what? There are other seas in the world. Let's have the Southeast Asian pirate. The French pirates were so creepy. They had the powdered faces and the makeup, but they still looked like they were on meth.
Yeah.
Like they still looked like they would stab you for your wallet. It's like, jeez, man.
Sounds about right.
They look unhinged. It was great. Watch the third Pirates movie again. You'll be pleasantly surprised. And that's my closing statement. Make sure to like and subscribe to us. Share. Join that Steam group. Join all the things. Get free games from Savorings. ... He's not here right now, but he's kind of in charge of all of that. I want to give a big shout out to Serious Spades, Talk Solid, and Vince Rand for joining in this chat and making things so beautiful. And of course, the fifth Beatle, Stoddy Too Hottie. Hey, we're going to give, why not? We're going to go give London with a Y one whole college credit for this year. I think she did a great job. Good for you. And this has been Salt Tier Podcast. Anything else? Okay. Smoke trees, punch Nazis. Thanks for being here. Bye.